A few school leaders chose Open Door in its initial years. They chose us purely based on our product, without bothering about the number of schools we were working with. These leaders are decisive, challenge the norm, and never stop questioning. Through thought leaders in education, we are celebrating their independent thinking.
While we were just coming here, and what I saw from here is that most children think of you as a very friendly, warm person. Any interesting story of a child coming to your cabin with a very challenging situation?
The child was brought to my cabin simply for being very, very distracted, not at all being focused, and in spite of being reprimanded several times, the child continued to be distracted. The child, I believe, refused to go outside the class and said that I haven't done anything wrong, it's just that I'm not able to focus. So, the child's attitude annoyed the teacher, and the teacher thought it best to get the child to my cabin. And I spoke to the child in a very polite and friendly manner. So I think he half expected me to, snap at him and give him some punishment. But the moment I spoke in a very kind manner, he simply broke down and he started weeping. So I was taken aback myself because that was the last reaction I expected. So I sat him down, gave him a glass of water and asked him to open up. I said, is there something that is disturbing you? So what he said really, that was the moment when I realized that whenever we have students who come to us for varied reasons, mischief or whatever, we have to actually look at it as in a larger picture, because the boy said that, ma'am, my parents have separated, and today in the court they are going to decide whether I'm going to be with my father or my mother. So, it still brings tears to my eyes. And the child was struggling with such a difficult situation, and the teacher had to send him out of the class.
Is there any student you have means you have a story about it?
One such student whom I remember, who was quite infamous in the class, and he was often referred to as the outstanding student by his friends and most teachers as well. Reason being, he was out of the class most of the time, standing out, so he was called outstanding student. So when he came to grade 10th, and I happened to be a Science 1 teacher in grade 10, I really had to find out ways in which to make him sit in the class and study so that he could at least manage to clear his grade 10th, and then of course take a vocation of his choice. Many years later, I had the receptionist calling me and telling me, ma'am, there's somebody to see you. He came up and he stood there, ma'am, do you remember me? And I just couldn't remember because he looked totally different. And then I came to know that he was doing so well in life, and he had come in a chauffeur-driven Mercedes, and he was running a company which was, reaping in billions. So he was not based in India, of course, he was abroad, and he had come to meet all his teachers in school, and also perhaps with the reason that outstanding students are not always going to be failures in life. So that was a learning for all of us. We often say, right, that you're not doing well, what's going to happen later on in life. So it's not necessary that you will not do well in life if you're not good in academics. There's a whole lot of things that you can